Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Black Clover. Last time around we had Those Who Boost Each Other Up, where basically Ladros was still around and kicking, and he basically started attacking the gang. Asta was trying to fend him off, even managing to lodge one of his swords into him, but he outplayed Asta by getting over to Fauna, starting to hurt Mars, and so it made her mad to unleash all of her power, which he absorbed, and now he's super uber powerful man. However, the Queen of the Witches saw that Asta should be doing better than this, so gave him a little nudge to awaken the beast within, as they say. I don't know what this voice is, but yeah, that's pretty much where we left off, is Asta is getting up and he's getting interesting. He is going to be aura farming, as the children say. Yeah. What did I see? I saw something recently that was like, it was like translating slang into like terms we used like 10 or 15 years ago. I can't remember what aura was. That was a specific he's aura is something like that. I can't remember, honestly now I can't remember any of them. So this was a completely useless tangent, but yeah, but he's doing the aura farming, which I swear is a term that has cropped up in like the past 4 months maybe. Like nobody was saying this, and then suddenly I'm seeing it everywhere, I don't know, but anyway, sure, Asta does that. Man, I'm old. I'm 28 now. I'm the same age as Fansel. I can't be saying all the things that the youths say, I still say far out. You know the thing? Nobody my age says far out. Every time I say something's far out, my brother looks at me and is like, what the fuck? Why do you say that? Doesn't matter. Anyway, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So why don't we just go ahead and jump right into this episode of Black Clover. Here we go. God damn it, I gotta wait a week for this. Man. Fucking queen. She was after the anti-magic sword the entire time. She can't wield such a power, but she can control someone who can. Man, sucks. Freaking queen. I need her to get her ass kicked. We just had that discussion last episode about I need villains to get their asses kicked sometimes, It doesn't have to be all the time, but sometimes I just need this fucking she's next on the list. Up next in the line of anus kicking. I was kind of hoping at the end there would be a teaser of while all this is happening, maybe Yami shows up. I don't know. I mean, how else do you get out of this? How else do you get out of this? But Yami wouldn't know to go there, I think. So it almost. I will say though, it's it's a good tease for next time. Well, now you got to see how they're gonna get out of this mess. I will say it almost undermines how cool Asta versus Ladros was, Asta fully utilizing that power. Well, I guess not fully utilizing it, but just using that, just going all out like that. Shit was crazy. This shit was so crazy, man. The powers of the demon. I mean, I don't know, man. We really are starved for the answer of what is a demon in this show. We're really starved for that answer because, there's the demon that is in the intro, this great big evil demon that the original Wizard King defeated. There's the demon that lays within the swords, the 5-leaf grimoire, a 5-leaf clover. The fifth leaf is the demon. But then there's also the question of, are the elves demons? Were they demons or were they not? We don't know. We don't know anything. Is the queen a demon? He's a demon. He's a demon. You're a demon. I'm a demon. Are there any more demons I should know about? Well, I will at least give credit. Now, maybe they could, pull the rug out from us on this, but honestly, I really like the idea that Asta is not special. And that's what makes him special. I mean, good lord, this is 2018, so 2018, we'll give a little leeway, say at least 2017 when the manga was going. I have no idea, but still, it's like this, 2018. This is when the world was balls deep into the who are Rey's parents thing in Star Wars. That was back when that was our only real concern in life was, are they going to screw up Rey in the Star Wars movies, And I will give credit to this, that it's just like, no, Asta is nobody. He's not special. Like, he just doesn't have magic, He cannot, he's not affected by the swords, because there's nothing to affect, He's just a guy, but it just was, right place, right time. That's what gave him that grimoire and those swords, Other than that, no, he's nobody special. There's not some great thing that he's the demon king reborn to face the elves or nothing like that. There's nothing about that. He's just a guy, I mean, it's even like, how Licht was saying, like, oh, those swords belong to our master. Why do you have them? You shouldn't have them. They belong to our master. It's like that's the thing. It's like, this should be going to, like, this grimoire should have shown up again when the Eye of the Midnight Sun revives their master and he gets his grimoire and swords back. But, nope. Because before they were able to do that, some kid from the country, some kid from the sticks was born without magic. He's not the chosen one. It's just the right place at the right time, And I like, too, because it's like they start making a point like, oh my god, Asta, he looks so different. He looks so, angry, so powerful. What is this and stuff? And it's just like, oh, just kill me. I'm ready to die. And it's just like, no, it's still Asta. It's still Asta. And he's not going to kill Ladros, He's not going to kill Ladros because he wouldn't do that. It's like, no, you're going to get healed up and you're going to go apologize to all the people that you've hurt, It's like, I like that. Through all of this, he's still the same character that he's always meant to be. Take fucking note, My Hero Academia. Jesus Christ. I don't want to go off on all that stuff again, so we'll just leave it at that. But he's still the same person, even with all that power. Honestly, God, he's so much like Goku. That's how it works. It's just like, so many people give Goku shit nowadays. It's just like, oh, he's not a great character or anything. It's like, motherfucker, you didn't watch Dragon Ball correctly. I mean, a lot of people say that about Dragon Ball, but it's just like, oh, this doesn't age well. This isn't a good story or anything. It's like, motherfucker, go read that shit again. Go watch that shit again. Like, all you're focusing on is the screaming. You're not focusing on the actual stories being told. Go read the manga. That's probably a better way of getting the stories of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So, but yeah, but it's Harry Potter mixed with Dragon Ball. Goku was not really a chosen one. He just was strong. He was strong and he was able to fight off the enemies that he encountered. And it's the same with Asta. That's why Harry Potter, in Harry Potter, it's like, oh, you're the chosen one and stuff. And it's just like, man, Shut the fuck up. Like, I'm glad the chosen one trope has kind of died down, you know? Or even, like, there's so much more of a push now for characters that honestly are just kind of regular people, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, it's just like, he's still Asta. Good. I mean, that fight. I know I'm not even talking about the fight, but good lord, man. Like, man, they saved a lot of money for that. They saved a lot of money to do that fight. And I know I keep talking about budgets and stuff, but I mean, I don't know. It's like look, the animation on Black Clover doesn't really bother me. I know some people talk about that, where like, you know, like last episode, that you could tell that was the saving money episode, you know? And I don't mind it, you know? It honestly, it just kind of reminds me of older anime, like late 90s, early 2000s anime, where it's like, on this episode of Yu-Gi-Oh!, boy, things don't look great, but that's because next episode is the big climax episode. We're gonna throw all our budget into that, you know? And yeah, this show, obviously this show is a far cry from, like, Demon Slayer, you know, or even Jujutsu Kaisen. That had really good animation, you know? Like, this show is a far cry from that, and I think that is partly because this was a weekly series, you know? Instead of being seasonal like Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer, this was weekly, which meant they were pumping out a new episode every week, you know, with no breaks, basically. And yeah, that takes a hit on that takes a hit on budgeting and animation and, you know, basically time. But this episode, I at least see, I don't mind shows like that because they do put in the money where it counts, you know? Last episode didn't really need that, you know? Like, you had a bit of Asta versus Ladros, but this was the episode where you needed that, and they put that in, you know? They put that in, and it worked, you know? It worked, so... So I'm okay with that. I'm actually really fine with that. I'll be curious... Great, we're still a ways out, but I'll be curious what this second season will be like, you know? Like how the budgeting and stuff will work with that. But obviously, we've got like, what, 105 episodes before we get to that point, so we've got a while. We've certainly got a while to go, but yeah, but that was an incredible fight, you know? And yeah, and it's so interesting too, because and I like how, you know, at the beginning, you know, you see Asta facing this demon, you know, and yeah, this does seem to be like what we speculated on about Fauna, you know, it's where it's like, you know, is Lich basically taking the souls of the elves and putting them into these, you know, reincarnated bodies, you know, like Fauna is the reincarnation of an elf, but basically they put that elf's soul into Fauna. Like, it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of like that with this whole thing about the vessel, you know, and, you know, this demon wants to just use Asta and use his body, but Asta kept control. He kept control over it, which was great, you know, which I think even the queen didn't think he would, you know. She thought he would lose consciousness and, you know, be taken over, but nope. But now, the only thing he can't fight is the blood in his system. Her blood in his system, which is now controlling him, and he can't fight that. Even the you know, the swords can't do anything about that, you know? It does bring up the question, though. Well, no, I don't think this will be... I don't think, like, if we defeat the queen and get all of her blood out of Asta, I don't think it's going to be a thing of, like, well... you know, then his hands are cursed again. Like, I think all of that is gone. It's just now we just need to get rid of her. So, I don't know what they can do. I don't know what they can do about this, but this fucking queen. I mean, what are her ambitions? You know, she says, like, oh, you know, if, you know, I will let you rampage as much as you want. You know, like, she wants him to just lay waste to her enemies, but like, what even is the purpose of it? Like, does she want to take over the world? Is she going to use that? Does she just want to destroy things? I mean, obviously, we've seen she has a grudge against Yami for taking Vanessa away, but like, I don't know, like, what are her plans, you know? What are her plans that she needs the sword, you know? She needs the anti-magic swords in order for her plans to succeed. Like, we don't even fully know, you know? So, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Again, I was hoping, like, you know, maybe like Asta would start to attack and then Yami would show up and just be like, good grief, what are you doing, kid? I guess I'm gonna have to save the day again or something. But then it just didn't happen. It's just like, ah, dang it, I gotta wait a week to figure out what's going on. So, I mean, again, I am glad that I decided to do 2 episodes a week. Because it does, I mean, obviously, we're going much faster. You know, we'd still be in episode 30, just about. We'd still be around episode 30 if I hadn't been doing twice a week. But it's nice because, like, with last episode, which was a good episode, I enjoyed it. But then at the end, you know, it's like, oh, Asta's, you know, awakening some power. He's transforming. And so it was nice to watch this episode. But now, it's like, dang it, I want to watch the next episode, but I gotta wait. I gotta wait a week. But this still, I will forever say, this shit is peak. Like, I can't believe I slept on this show. I pretty much had never heard of Black Clover before you guys recommended it to me. And I can't believe so many people sleep on this fucking show. You know? I mean, I guess it's not challenging. It doesn't subvert your expectations like some other shonen, but man, it just does shit well. It takes all the fucking tropes and either does them really well or gets rid of them, you know? It's like, this feels like fucking Dragon Ball again, you know? And Dragon Ball is really fucking good. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready for the next episode, but I'm going to have to wait. And you're going to have to wait too for next Sunday. Unless you're watching this later in the playlist, in which case you can just mosey right along to the next episode. Fucking playlist dwellers. No, it's fine, obviously. Obviously, that's fine. I get more views because of it. And obviously, I do that too. I do that too with a lot of series, so. But yeah. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all my Black Clover reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.